Hi everybody, I'm just popping by today to share the first 3 projects that I've done for the 100 Things Challenge. That's the Dances with Pitbulls 100 Things Challenge. Now, one of the things I mentioned in my video introducing my attempts at the challenge was that I needed to get my appliqué storage under control. I had kept all my appliqués in one of these binders that has lots of different plastic pages or poly pockets on it, and what would happen was the appliqués would all fall down here to the end and the whole thing would topple over. If I put it up on a shelf, it would topple over. So I was trying to figure out how could I rearrange the storage so it would be much better and so that I could actually see what I had in storage or see what I had to use. So I decided to take one of the poly pockets, I don't know if I can get it all in here, and to take some of these plastic CD sleeves. Like, I bought tons of these on eBay because they're kind of getting harder and harder to find. I used to buy them in Maplin's and in Tesco's, but they don't seem to stock them anymore. So what I did was I got my poly pocket or my plastic sleeve, and I stacked these up kind of one over the other, 3 to a page, and I sewed them down the end here with my sewing machine so that I could have three separate storage areas on each poly pocket. Now, I know you're going to say, how come the machine didn't skid all over the place? But I used just a little bit of my tape runner to keep them in place. I just taped it down at the back. I just kind of ran the tape down like this. It looks a bit disgusting, but it'll be covered up by the appliques, and that held the pockets in place while they were being sewn. See, I put another one inside that again. Now, I'll just give you a look at one of them. I don't know if I'm making sense here. It's hard to explain until you're sewing, but the machine more or less removed itself. I know you can get something called a Teflon foot to do this if you're doing a lot of sewing of things like plastic and oil coat. But here is one of the poly pockets, and I've actually sewn through a bit of washi tape for decoration down the sides, and the appliques or anything. I think this could be adapted for stamp storage as well. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. You can see here I've just one pocket filled in with this one, and it's the Santa Claus, and you have the little what you call it, lid here, or little flap here that seals down. And here's one now that's fully loaded, and I can see exactly what I have at a glance rather than everything kind of falling down to the bottom of the page here. It's kind of staggered. And also, if I turn it over, there's a big pocket down behind everything in case I have a long narrow applique to put into it. So it's worked quite well, and I'm very pleased with it. And I'm going to try it out for storing stamps next, because I have a lot of these binders, old binders and things, you know, all over the place. So that's my storage, and that's my number 1 item for the 100 Things Challenge. And yes, sorry about that, I am pleased with it. Now, the next thing I made was a few of these little altered paper clips. I have lots and lots of paper clips, like we all have. I think I have hundreds of them. So here's the smaller version. These are about 2 inches across, these paper clips, and I've just added scraps of linen, scraps of lace, bits of appliques, and some of these chipboards. I have lots and lots of these chipboards, and I really don't know what to do with them. So I'm trying to use them up as part of the challenge. It's the same idea, bits of lace, bits of applique, everything glued together. And these are the bigger paper clips. They're about 3 inches or 7.5 centimeters across, and I've used bits of lace layered on a kind of a linen background. I'm going to make more of these. They're very easy to run up. So that's item 2. That didn't take long. Like, the storage took a good while to sort out because there was sewing and washi tape and various things involved. So I have used my scraps box. I was going to show you the scraps box, but I decided against it because it's just too much of a mess. But I have piles and piles of cards and paper scraps. So I have turned them all, well, not all of them, I've turned some of them into cards that I'm going to donate to Julie Olivia's Crafty Boutique for her challenge. She's a challenge running at the moment for people to send her a card with an envelope and a cellophane bag, and she's going to donate them to 2 charities she's involved with. Now, I will do a separate video for Julie's challenge, but this is what these have been made for. That's just a heartfelt creation stamp, stamped and embossed, and a bit of lace added, and some, what do you call that thing, seam binding, yeah. And literally absolutely nothing but scraps. That's an old Marianne Designs die with them cut out and a few bits of stickles added, and the rest of it is craft scraps and assorted bits and pieces and a bit of stamping. And similar card, same idea, same die, more stickles. Same thing, the card I'm using up here, that background card there, that was in the middle of a magazine, and we all hoard that sort of stuff. We think it'll come in useful someday. Now, the die I used here to cut it across is, I think it's Creative Expressions die, and it's called Retro Birthday, in case anybody's interested. And the embossing folder is Tonic, more Tonic, whatever they call themselves, and that's more ribbon, that's organza ribbon. Very similar card again, same die, same paper from the middle of a magazine. More scraps, and this blue thing I bought packets of them years ago and never got through them. I think Paper Mania made them, so I'm trying to use them up. And there again, there's one of these chipboard dots in the middle, and I put a glitter dot on top of it just to liven it up. Similar card here, more scraps. Same thing again, in a way, the paper here is from the centre of the magazine. The embossing folder is Tonic, so is the die. And then I'm trying to use up my baker's twine. That button comes from a bit of old jewellery, and I have another one done almost the same. So I will be putting them into bags with envelopes and sending them off to Julie for her challenge. So they are project number 3 for the 100 things. So I have made a start on it, and I have a few other things started as well. And if I get past the 19 that I stopped at last year, I will be very happy. So I have to go now, folks. I think I have rice or something boiling over or burning on the stove. So see you soon, and thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like what I've made, and please check out the hashtag Dances with Pitbulls 100 Things Challenge. There's lots of ladies here on YouTube doing it, and they're coming up with some marvellous ideas for using up your stash and not spending any money. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, bye.